All right, so today's the day. We're putting the new Starlink up on the roof. This was we have Gen2 Starlink. And for the travel trailer, we put it on a flagpole, put it on the hitch that's on the travel trailer, and it worked fantastic. But with the new rig, the ginormous Brinkley, there's no hitch, and there's no good way to mount the flagpole. Well, there's no good way as far as I'm concerned. I've seen people use suction cups and mount things to like the inside of the slide out. I'm just not comfortable with that. So we got the Gen3 flat mount Starlink, not the HT model, but and then we're gonna mount it up on the roof. I'll show you the plan in a minute, but the wiring, Brinkley, thank goodness, does they run a pipe from the roof down to the basement for wiring. So eventually I'll put a box on top of this because we're going to add more solar, which I'll need a way to get all the wiring down. But we'll mount the Starlink over there, and it's going to be with magnets. So I wanted to drill through the roof if I could help it, or screw into it. So I have these heavy duty magnets like they use for the pizza signs and stuff on delivery trucks. We're gonna try doing that. So I've got the wire starting to snake down. I've got to go underneath now and pull it through. And we'll leave the extra underneath in case we need to move it or whatever in the basement. And then this is the mount I got. I got it through Mobile Must Have. It's made by Trio. Trio flat mount. It was between this and another one, so I tested it. The only issue so far is, it's 3D printed. And if you can see, it's not really perfect, like as far as the inside smoothness. And so what happens is the Starlink fits right in that channel. And then these are magnets that are screwed to it. That come, it's option for mounting. And it comes with a plate that's going to mount to the roof that uses adhesive tape to stick to the roof. And then this will just magnet down to it. And they say it'll stay. It'll really suck if it doesn't. There's magnets. But if you put the plate on the magnet on the metal plate, I don't know what the pound rating is, but it's you can't get it off with just pulling it with your hand really. I had to put a screw into it to get it to disconnect. So once it's on there flat, you leave an edge, you can get it, but once it's on there flat, it's very tight. So I'm not concerned so much with the magnets disconnecting as I am from the adhesive not working on the roof. So you'll see the imperfections when I dry fit it made little scuff marks on the satellite. So it gets covered, shouldn't be an issue, better not be. All right, let me see if the power cord is going to reach where we need it to go. All right, so my plan is that it's got the Starlink in the flat mount, speed mount, whatever you call it. I'll get it right in the video. See how tight that is? Jeez Louise. So my thought is, I'm gonna put the magnets on. I'm gonna put the plates on the magnets mean, I'm gonna get a blood blister sticking my hand between that. Like, it is super tight. And then I'm just gonna stick the thing down onto the roof in the spot, peel it off, and let it sit for a little bit. I'd like to try to get the magnets on relatively even. You can see how hard it is to get those off. So again, with 4 of them, not so concerned about it flying off. I'm concerned about the tape. It's supposed to be really good. I think 30 pounds. It'll be tucked behind the air conditioner. I don't know. It would suck to see a $500 Starlink hanging off the side of the trailer by the cable, but so that's what we're gonna try. Right, so I took the magnets off and stuck them down, marked them, stuck them down, and measured from end to end to try to center it. It's a little off center of the air conditioning unit, and then I just eyeballed the setback. So it should be good. All right, well, she's on, and I don't think it's gonna come off. So if you just look, I mean, I guess I'd be concerned now about. All right, so this is the basement, is what they call it. I've got this panel pulled back. It's just held in by magnets, and then this is where all the, gotta climb up in here. This is where all the components are for everything, all the plumbing, heater, electric disconnects, water heater. So the pipe that comes from the ceiling is way back in there. You can kind of see, I think you can see the pipe coming down. So kind of rigged up this, hopefully this little hook, or I can snag it and pull it out so we can route it. And then I may mount, I've seen people who have mounted their modem and stuff in the basement. And they said it worked fine for signal. So I may mount it right here, and it'll be hidden then on this panel that closes. There's an outlet I saw somewhere in there. If that doesn't work, the back side of in here, if you go up, is where the fireplace and all the controls, the fuse panel and fuses are. So I could probably drill a hole and get the power cord and stuff down into here, or get the cable up so I can plug everything in, and have the router upstairs. So we'll see how that goes. I was actually able to snag it, surprisingly enough. So I'm trying to pull the rest of it apart. Alright, so end into that. Nothing, no damage done. I'm gonna pull the rest through, but it seems to be snagged on something. Okay, so this is the final mounting for the router and the power box. It's under the, it's behind the slide for the, in the basement. And then the coils over there, the wire, have it just kind of coiled up. It's enough that if I'm parked under a tree, I can pull the wire up and move the satellite dish to the rear of the rig. But this mounts very nicely under here. The power, I needed to run it, it's basically behind here, and then there's a outlet right up underneath there, so it works perfectly. The outlet that I thought I could use behind everything is just a single outlet dedicated, looks like, to the fireplace. So, but so far it works great.